Yangy.
Ladies, gentlemen, guys, girls, and all variations of the species, welcome to a very special high-pitched episode of the Unmonetisables, the official podcast of the FAWK Chronicles, the step-sister podcast to the Scots podcast, and the CD uncle podcast to the unofficial official podcast. My name is Cpt Privilege. The privilege is all yours, and with me, through no choice of their own this week, are Grandmaster Tech.
Things are working.
Yeah, don't fucking hex it, for God's sake. Yangy.
Hello, I am a Yangy and I like waffles.
Can't argue
And
with
joining
that.
us live in the FAWK Discord chat, we have Alex of Illusion Music. Hiya! And Zen Bloke.
Smash the patriarchy.
Smash the We don't use the P word on this show. How dare you, sir?
What privilege?
But yeah, folks, as we do every week, this is the only show that expertly dissects your primitive planet's curatable culture in the form of trending and topical tat of the week.
Yeah.
And just as soon as I remember to open my phone and go into my notes, because yes, once again, indeed, I am prepared. Not as prepared as the top. Not number one prepared. Kind of number two, just like KSI's album.
Oh God, that was a segue. Nice. Okay.
So it was like
Yeah.
a reverse way.
I
It was
actually
like
totally missed that segue.
a non-egway, yeah.
An
It
egway,
was
aye, an
good.
egway,
I
that's
enjoyed
what it was.
So yeah, KSI dropped his new album the other week there, and he had a kind of weird bet on with his fans where he said he was going to shave off the dreads if he hit number one, because all projections were quite clearly that he was going to hit number one. He peaked at number two. It's just posted on his Twitter, just like ha 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 ha. I mean, he's chuffed to bits. He's kind of a little bit disappointed he didn't get number one, but at the same time, laughing his ass off. He doesn't have to cut off his luxurious, lovely dreads. I didn't even get KSI had dreads.
Thing is, though, this is quite smart though, because he's actually probably got to get more traffic from that than the person in a number one spot.
Yeah, that's the
Think about all the news, man.
Are you
KSI
implying the
did
person
cut
in
off
number
his-
one spot probably bought all the remaining units to push them above KSI? Like,
I'm
Is
not-
that a joint segue effort?
No, that was
that would have been
Not at all.
amazing, but no.
that was called back to last week when we were talking about how everyone's favourite snitch dobbed in Ariana Grande and fucking Justin Bieber and the likes for coercing the number one spots, but I don't even know who's number one. Who knows who's number one in the charts?
It
Who's
depends
charts?
where you are. Really.
Top 10 albums 2020. What month are we? We're still in May, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the 31st of May, so like that'll be subject to change tomorrow.
Aren't Talkshow done on a Sunday as well?
Oh, that's a good point.
Aye,
Right, we're at
yeah.
officialcharts.com, so surely this will be somewhat preamble. Yes, I accept your cookies. Who doesn't accept cookies?
Don't
for
accept
fuck's
the
sake?
cookies.
You know the Darkside does cookies too, right?
Cookie. Cookie is for me.
I don't
That's
want
funny, 'cause that's
2020 so
Alex's old
far. I
Instagram
want
name.
right now, this month. Sorry. Go, Yangy.
I was just saying, you know the Darkside has cookies too, right? And I was like, that's funny because that's Alex's old Instagram name.
Yep. Come to the dark side.
has
We-
cookies
Yeah,
too.
it's an old meme. Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
I was an emo, okay?
You can
So
never
it's
you can never be
Announced.
was an emo. There's always a part of that is retained in your soul.
I mean, I have pink and blue hair.
There
so
we
I
go.
guess.
I can't seem to find
And
it
it's
for
split
this
dyed, like-
month, but
It's
I
like a
can't
memorial.
find the top selling 40 albums of 2020 so far. So Lewis Capaldi, Stormzy, Eminem, Billie Eilish, Ed Sheeran, Harry Styles, and
Ed Sheeran.
J-Hus.
Was that
So
Billy Oily Eyelash.
BTS
there,
Map
was
of the
it?
Soul, Post Malone, and Tom Walker. Who the fuck is Tom Walker? Why does Tom Walker have such a shit name?
And you
What's wrong with
name
people
shaming
called
the
Walker?
Cool names. He's just like Tom Walker.
That is to make it different because everybody's got such cool names, so he stands out more because he's just so general.
He's so general. That's wow. That's even more offensive than me saying he's got a shit name.
He was half man, the rest man. He was Tom Walker.
No, don't say it in a way that makes it sound cool. It's not remotely cool.
Well, that's why I said he was half man and the rest man.
It's not cool. It's like, you know, it's almost like you do a song with someone and then you decide to do a video with their worst enemy in a training booth and calling them out. Huh? Like Trippie Redd is now on Team Jake Paul.
Oh.
Trippie Redd done a song with KSI. It was a hit song, that fucking whatever the fuck, and better than ever. The wake up song, the wake up call song.
So is
better
he,
call wake up song.
Is he away looting with Jake Paul as well? Was
he I don't know. They met in a gym. And Jake Paul has managed to fucking slither his way into some sort of a friendship with him. In which
Glad you said friendship.
Quote unquote friendship. And then he's fucking done a little video where Trippie's like, oh, you catch the album sales, but you're gonna catch these hands or some weird shit like that. But I mean, I don't know. See, Trippie's like the king of fake beef. Him and Takeshi's Castle 6
Are you okay? Are you having a stroke?
Beefing.
We don't want to know what.
Stroking.
No.
Well, him and Tekalali Kashi 6ix9ine of had what was deemed as pretty much a fake beef before. And I think this is just good publicity for the next boxing match, because the rumor, well, not the rumor, the fucking work is, the fix is, good God, I've not had that song in horrible times. It's been horrible in my ages. But yeah, anyway, long story short, fake beef promo for next boxing match. I'm looking forward to it. Who's going to win, Jake Paul or KSI?
The Ring.
The Ring wins.
The promoters.
Ooh, the promos.
Anybody that's not the people on the internet that have to watch that fucking shit.
What do you mean have to watch?
I was going to say,
It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be everywhere, right? You're always going to see content based on it. It's going to be inescapable.
That sounds like a great.
You don't have to watch those videos, Yangy. You just have to watch the fight with me in a watch along.
The Queen's Jubilee was everywhere. I stuck on my PlayStation. I got some Grand Theft Auto on. Bloody hell, man.
But I mean, like, look, the fight's going to be an absolute fucking chaos. It's going to be a total fucking riot. And Jake Paul is Jake Paul has already been training for it, as he's been filming himself out rioting and looting, allegedly.
Yes.
Along with the protests in the States, taking perfect timing to go get that clickbait and do some.
He
can't cool vlogs.
He can't have. But Paul needs to loot things. Well, you know, he's really struggling for money. You know, he's only got a couple million.
Yeah, well, the guy can't have anybody else stealing his limelight. You know what I mean? How dare these rioters steal my limelight? I'm going to go and loot some shit.
How much does a limelight cost?
Jake Paul.
Say Jake Paul back at me.
If you want to hit that #1 spot, it costs 2 Jake Pauls.
I mean, it mustn't. You must not even make a lot of money dating him, because his ex Tana Montague's just announced their OnlyFans.
Of course she has.
Who the fuck is what to pay for Tana Montague's OnlyFans? What that lassie's not already put out on the internet of herself enough already. Wow. Do OnlyFans allow photoshopping?
Sorry, can you just say her name again?
Tana Montague.
You know it's Tana Montague.
No, it's not.
Tana Montague?
Something.
What?
Yes, I'm
Alex,
being
what's
nice.
her fucking name?
Because it's Tana Mongo, but
Apparently
we don't say Mongo on this show, so we say Montague.
It's Monjo.
Montague.
We make it sound
What
more
is this,
romantic.
fucking Romeo and Juliet?
Yes, that's the point. Okay, Jake Paul and Tana were the Romeo and Juliet of 2018 YouTube.
That's not true, because unfortunately neither of them have killed themselves.
You got it before me, yeah.
What? Yangy, you're so intolerant. I can't believe you'd encourage such things on the podcast. That's disgusting of you.
You know me.
Well,
you should have said that anonymously, like Anonymous, who have Epstein's black book and have been publishing names such as Naomi Campbell, Will Smith, and Chris Tucker, allegedly in some sort of affiliation with the one and only Epstein of Epstein's Island. Epstein's
I don't believe
Island.
Will Smith's a nonce. I can't.
It's hard to think Will Smith is a child sex trafficker. That sounds pretty...
Could you imagine if the name Tom Hanks was in there?
Don't say that. Why would you put that out in ether?
Just saying, you know what I mean? It's like,
God's sake, take
how far do they want to go?
Probably said it because of the Cockney rhyming
Apparently,
slang.
Alex didn't know the context of the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, so I just had to explain it to them.
Yeah, it's quite a simple concept, really.
Bless Alex's pristine, unfucking sullied ears by the filth that is the Epstein saga.
I try and, not listen to news about paedophiles because it just fucking upsets me, man. So.
Yeah, it's not really fun, is it? Not as fun as the Epstein's Island probably would have been for people who are in that black book. But I just think it's really scary and fucked up that, like, because Anonymous are they're like this kind of weird superhero that kind of turn up and do shit, but you never really know how well sourced this information is or who Anonymous actually is. Is Anonymous some COINTELPRO agency that's just deployed to say stuff?
That is not the point of fucking Anonymous. You don't know who it is.
Yeah.
The fucking name.
All these groups like Anonymous and Dragon Squad and all the rest of it, it's like, you want to do hacking, then fine, do good with the hacking, you know? It's like, I don't care about all this other stuff. You go out and you wipe out everybody's student loan on the planet.
Fuck yeah.
Then you've got my interest.
Yeah, partly they were hacking all the official and government-sponsored sites for Minneapolis right now. So they're just kind of fucking their shit up, just introducing a little bit of chaos. But you know, it's what it is. You know, speaking of dragon hacking, that was a thing you said, taking us from Epstein's Island out into space with Launch America and the Dragon crew successfully put the first, I think it's the first manned space flight test flight
for private companies.
The first manned flight on a commercial basis in conjunction with NASA to the International Space Station.
There is one thing though. There are stories starting to appear of people being a little bit annoyed with NASA, and because during the launch phase, they showed images behind the presenters at Mission Control of the rocket still being on the launch pad, and they were saying T-minus 8 minutes. So people are like, oh, we've still got 8 minutes to see the rocket, cool, well, we'll get our stuff prepped to get outside to have a look at it. It was not, it was T-minus 8 minutes until the second stage separation. It was already in orbit. Well, reaching orbit. So folk were like, where's the rocket? It's still in the launch pad. No, it's already up there.
For normal NASA terms.
What?
People were annoyed at NASA for something that NASA pretty much always does. Well,
yeah, I know. But at the same time,
squander fucking billions of money and then pretty much reap the benefits of Nazi-based technology.
Jesus Christ, okay.
Alright, Braun.
Listen, they done the coolest thing. I think it's quite fucked up. You know, we went from fucking Epstein's Island to Jurassic Park in space because there was the first ever floating dinosaur in space. During the launch, around the 10-minute mark, they had something that was quote-unquote a gravity, what was it? They called it something really fucking euphemistic, but it was just to test zero-G gravity. So he released his kid's like little sparkly fucking dinosaur doll, and it just floating around the fucking cockpit.
It wasn't a test. It's actually a more lovable story than that. His kid respected him so much for being an astronaut, so he thought he would do something special for his kid and put his dinosaur into orbit for all time. It's sweeter than saying, it was a scientific test.
So why didn't they explain it like that then?
Because they're like, oh, but we can't do that because people get angry at us releasing more debris in orbit.
Did they put it out in the... When did they put it out in the orbit? I've never seen them put it out in the orbit. It was floating around the cockpit. Yeah, it's floating around the cockpit. You know they ejected that sucker right after that was taken, right? Oh my god, how is that nice at all? I'm going to take your fucking teddy, your favourite teddy, and fuck it out into space. Actually, that sounds more like a punishment. So the kid will know that his little teddy bear is up there for all time.
You know,
Just assume the kid's gender.
maybe.
Wow. I'm
That's not very
disappointed in you,
progressive.
Tech.
We've
I'm
got
actually
Alex
quite-
here. Maybe we'll find
That's it. I'm so disappointed in you, Tech, but not as disappointed as I was in Fast Snatch this week in Fallout 76, as it decided to fucking completely botch when it launched, and then relaunch a couple of days later without telling everyone. And then when I did get to it, it's just an absolute shitfest of. For those who don't know, it's a yearly recurring event in Fallout 76. However, they literally just re-uploaded last year's version of it that was still buggy and riddled with problems. Then, when they fixed those problems, it became apparent they hadn't even changed the event at all. So everyone literally knew where all the spawn points are, and an entire server pretty much descends on this event whenever it pops on the hour every hour. You can't get a single kill in. It's a fucking joke. Like, everyone maybe gets half a bullet into an enemy before that enemy is downed. In every spawn point is covered.
Your weapons as well, isn't it?
Bethesda, how the mighty have fallen, man.
They haven't fallen very far.
Bro.
They've been doing it for decades.
And then fucking to add to the problems, there is currently no vending machines. Therefore, you can't sell your shit.
First
now,
world
there is
problems,
a trading
mate.
option where you just trade person to person. However, that is completely fucked at the moment. I don't know if it's probably because whenever we try and do it, there's about 30 people on the same spot in the one server, but even afterwards, when people fuck off, it's just not working. We had Mary, regular guest for the show, rage quit on fucking Thirsty Thursdays over the Indi Scots. We done one version, one run of the event, was like, wow, that's really crappy, and then we couldn't trade for anything, so he just fucked off. But yeah, that's more me centric. You had any problems with Fast Snatch? Yeah.
I've not played Fallout in ages.
You missed Fast Snatch?
Yeah.
You stand alone.
I done it last year. I thought it was the same, and I was like, "Fuck it, don't care."
Your enemies have been glitched out and not defeated. You stand alone.
That's just so, uncultured-y, Yangy.
Maybe it is, but maybe I don't give a fuck what's cultured according to a man named Privilege.
Wow. Name attacking and shit. He's got the salt today, hasn't he? He's got the fucking sass. I'm going to stop calling you Yangy and start calling you Sassy.
So that sounds mildly eroticized.
Sexual.
Yeah.
I said sassy, not sissy. That's a different thing.
It strikes me that, like, Bethesda at one time Bethesda were just rocking it. They came out that first year when they had their first E3 conference. They go, yeah, we're Bethesda, we're going to have an E3 conference. And they dropped like Doom, and they dropped like Fallout 3, and they said it's all happening this year. And then like had music and stage, and it was just like, oh my god, look at Bethesda go. And then they've gone down and down and down to the point where, last year's E3 was just like, what we know we might have got
something a bit wrong.
Yeah,
a fucking thing.
And now it's like, we're a year and a half into Fallout 76, and it's like, it's still completely on fire.
Yeah, it's like and
they're expecting us to be waiting for Starfield.
Yeah,
it's like, massive. This is your current record.
Let's hope for Starfield, but wait for fucking Hammerfall. Are you kidding, man?
To be fair, there's a specific way of doing stuff that you make things so bad progressively over time that you can release something that appears so amazing, but it's actually taking like 5% effort to just make it right.
So what's the guess then? Starfield's going to be an absolute shit show, but then Hammerfall's going to knock out of the park, or?
I think they're both going to be a shit show.
Oh no, they can't fuck up on our Elder.
Of course they can.
Elder Scrolls.
Of course they can.
Well, they already did because they did it with Blades.
Yeah.
I enjoy Blades.
Blades was a mobile game. Don't conflate mobile games with Bethesda real games.
Come on.
Fair, Fallout Shelter is also very fun.
Yeah,
that was all right, but it really does cheat so heavily. It's like you're going along, you've got like 16 levels, everything's at high point, you've got a great population, and all of a sudden you get like 5 invasions in a row, and like everything breaks down. You go like, wait.
To be fair, I've got a maxed out vault now. Like I'm doing good.
You just change your time on your settings, and you can just get everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Numbers to the Chizat. Sneak on in there, buddy. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah, it's shit like that. He never sounds fine.
That was a Sunday tone if I've ever heard one.
I made it this time.
You made it. You did make it, my man, just in time. Because we've only got another subject or two before we're heading on to the famous segment, Twitter moments. But yeah, I don't know if it's worth mentioning. Did anyone catch Space Force?
I've been watching it. I really like it, actually.
Yeah, first two episodes myself last night. Really good.
I thought it was going to be cringe. Well, I was just saying, I thought it was going to be cringy as hell, but it's actually pretty decent.
Oh fuck yeah!
I mean, it's cringy, but
and, you know, one of the other guys who wrote The Office as well.
Yeah,
and it's some of those. It's not produced like that, but some of those producers and stuff. Yeah, what you said?
Alex has just lost their glasses like a fucking idiot.
That's
just on your head.
Like wow. Wow, yeah.
No.
Just verbally abusing your partner on podcast, Yangy. Like, wow.
Oh, as if the last episode of the Unofficial Official podcast wasn't just y'all making fun of me.
Yeah, but that's different, though. You deserve it.
You're an actual twat.
Like Zenmo says, man. Down with the patriarchy, bro.
You can't attack me, Ryan. That's racist.
Yeah, Ryan. Fucking it's so anti-English, Yangy. He's so
Listen here, Horatio. I just told the internet your real name.
Fuck it, doxed. God damn it. Right. Yeah, and the only other thing probably worth mentioning. I think I wasn't really going to make a big deal of it, but I think it's important internet history, part of drama, you know, that the official podcast, of which myself and Alex and two of them all are the hosts, as unofficially cutting ties with a certain server it was maybe possibly based from, and more aligning itself with the one true God Mecca Discord network. That is Indi Scots.
Took its time.
Right. That went weird. It looked like everyone popped out and back in.
What?
Good. Just checking. So yes, expect more of a slight lean into quiz night banter and relay stream banter and stuff like that over there.
What were you tied with before?
Well, we were officially tied with Create Scotland.
Oh.
They don't like general picks in Gen 2.
Oh, so we're on to that. Yeah.
There is a revolution kicking off over there.
Let's leave that. So basically, what you're saying is you started the war and now you're fucking off, right? Okay, I like it. Good style.
No, I never started anything.
We got threatened with a ban.
I started the podcast. I got threatened with a ban. Yeah, but I started the podcast for them. They didn't like it, so we said, well, fuck it, it's called the Unofficial Podcast, and ever since then we have had very little interaction between the podcast and the server, shall we say.
Of course, because they didn't like it.
All the love and all the listens, obviously, from Indi Scots. This is just me trying to Keemstar the fuck out this non-existent thing.
Aye,
like,
right.
If they don't listen and they don't listen, no one's going to hear this.
Yeah.
So
move along, Beardy.
Well, enough procrastinating. It's time. Gary's Lights, Goys, Balls, and all variations of the unidentified species. To move on to the stellar segment, the incredible segment, the work of genius that I have crafted, known as Twitter Moments.
Lucy, just get to the fucking point, thank you.
Shut up, you right? What are you implying, that I'm actually padding like fuck so that I can open the DMs that I sent all these pictures to tech so that I can then redistribute them into streaming chat?
No,
you never do that.
Yeah.
No. You know, like it just assumes the worst of me, Alex. Honestly, I don't know. Like,
I don't think there's any assumptions about it. I think it's just a deep-seated feeling this is happening.
Don't say.
Yeah, as if Captain Privilege would never be ready.
Excuse me, I was bang on time today. How dare you?
Well, he's ready for something.
I'm not.
It does strike me the name Twitter Moments does sound like an upmarket box of chocolates.
Does it? All new Twitter Moments. All your favorite flavors.
Of salt and anger. And
Keemstar. Jake Paul.
Well, speaking of salt, it would seem that the community has turned, or tried to cancel the hottest new chart star on the planet, Doja Cat. Has allegations of past racist comments. The 24-year-old singer issued an apology on Sunday after footage resurfaced of her participating in a video chat that allegedly featured members of an alt-right community. But see, that's different than the headline, though. Past racist comments, or was in a chat that possibly allegedly featured members of an anyway.
Yeah, wait.
I've been in group chats where people have said the N-word and I've been like, hey, don't do that. It doesn't mean I'm the fucking racist saying them.
Yeah, not only that though, right? She's 24. How long ago was this? Like, you'll give it a minor pass to like someone that's under the age of like 14.
Fucking 4 years ago.
You know, you might say, yo man, that language is a bit, just didn't do that. But you're not going to condemn them for life because they're a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
the apology also addressed one of her old songs titled Didn't Do Nothing, which apparently mocked police brutality. I mean, how dare she? This was all before shit kicked off, by the way, but seems kind of fishy.
You know what? See if you go in and you look at some Van Gogh paintings, you will find a lot of violence. Just saying.
Van Gogh paintings, you fucking art dork.
Yeah, well, you didn't hear anybody hitting on the paintings going, oh, that's bad, you should take that down. I can't believe they did that.
Oh, give it fucking time, buddy.
Yeah, totally. There goes the Louvre.
I'm the person here that's never heard of this person.
What? Doja Cat?
I've never heard of this person.
Okay.
I've never heard of her either.
First off, get the fuck out. Second off, you mean Say So, the #1 hit right now? That hit that's so hot right now? That's her? Just say so.
Okay, right, no? This isn't fucking Priv karaoke. Shut up.
I'm a boss. I'm a bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a bitch. From the killer soundtrack to the epic film, Harley Quinn's Elle and the Emancipation of the Birds of Prey. Fantastical.
I'm really sorry, but every time I'm driving in a car, the radio gets turned down. The sound of silence is more entertaining.
Internet culture, okay? Doja Cat
I just put on my own playlist, which you can find on either Spotify or Apple Music.
Doja Cat
nice plug.
Blew up after her amazing classic hit from a few years back, I'm a Cow.
Wait, what?
Which literally she just dresses in a cow onesie and raps about being a cow and goes moo at the hook.
That's cowcist.
This fucking planet.
That's bovine cyst.
But one of the first kind of
that's furry phobic.
Yeah, yes.
Musicians. One of the first memester musicians to really break through into the fucking norm. But speaking of people breaking character, one who never keeps his mouth stum in the face of fucking public opinion is John Boyega. Speaks out against racism following the death of George Floyd. Unfortunately,
I hear people thought his fucking tweet was controversial. Like, he just said he hates racists. Why is that controversial?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Well, I hate bad people. Hey. Do you know what? Hitler, he was a right cunt. Hot take, so I know, but...
Don't say hot take when it comes to Hitler!
You're wrong there. He possessed neither the warmth nor the depth.
Numbers, what are you trying to say?
Do you not think it's a little bit extreme when you're looting and setting buildings on fire because one guy got killed?
Okay. Wow, numbers. That's controversial. We as a white civilized society over here in the UK
just one guy, you sure?
Argue about whether or not black people should be doing what they're doing right now. But outside of that, I think like we covered this.
When's Jake Paul? What? Jake Paul changed what?
What's Jake Paul
What
done
are
now?
you talking about Jake Paul for?
Well, because he's doing the same thing.
Yeah, but he's always tried to copy black people.
Yeah, but he
raps for fuck's sake. How much more of a wigger can he be?
Yeah, but does that mean he's like focused on white privilege and all that? Because he's like, I can't let those people do this alone. I have to join them because I'm better.
He tries to.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, to follow up on what Yangy was saying, it's the classic say something on the internet when you're a big star and people will try and pick at it, which is really funny to see people trying to pick at a statement that I hate racists. But of course then he unfortunately bit and decided to follow that up with I hate or fuck white racists and spurging out in a little video, which of course in turn just drew out even more little shitworms and shithawks.
Just leave it out.
He was loving that though, let's be real.
Yeah, I think one of the really cool things about John Boyega is he actually doesn't give a fuck. Towards, I think it was like between film 2 and 3 of the latest Star Wars trilogy, he was kind of openly dissing it and kind of being like, I don't know what the fuck they're playing at, and openly talking about how he was like, oh, after this, never doing another franchise film again, fuck that shit. Which was quite like, for a Disney Star Wars star.
With like Hamill just slamming, man.
Yeah. So
to be honest, I don't know how that'll look for his actual future acting career.
Yeah, it's not a smart move for Hollywood, but at the same time, culturally speaking, John Boyega is back.
Very progressive, which is really good.
Yeah,
he'll start his own podcast.
That's it. He's getting ahead of the curve. Yeah, he's getting
his own podcast. I would listen to a John Boyega podcast, and I don't normally listen to podcasts.
Wow,
you've listened to this one quite enough.
Offensive. Yeah, you're just. I don't even know what to say to that. I think there's only one really to dig it out, and that's to point out that Henry Cavill is in talks to return as Superman. Deadline reports.
Okay.
I mean, he fucking better be, because we've already been speaking about it for weeks and
shit.
But
He's kind of sort of in the middle of, in between filming The Witcher, so. You know.
Well, they can wait on him now. They can wait on him.
Exactly.
Because we're going to get him for Shazam 2, and with a big battle against Black Adam of Colour, or possibly even Aquaman 2. I don't know why they're going to try and replace Johnny Depp's girlfriend with Henry Cavill. That would kind of be weird out of context, but you know.
Just everybody's Henry Cavill.
Each their own. I'm not going to argue. Like, fuck it.
Are you trying to say you would rather Amber Heard than Henry Cavill be Mira? Can you imagine Henry Cavill in that outfit? How amazing would that be?
I will admit, you probably have a lot of people going, I'm straight, but damn, man.
We stand Henry Cavill on this podcast, folks. That's all I'm going to say. And just for those who didn't know, in case you hadn't heard, Justice League is going to get the Zack Snyder cut. It's a real thing. So
is that like
really? Is it? Never heard. No one ever spoke about that.
That hasn't been like 3 or 4 weeks in a row. You know.
And talking of stuff that people don't speak about, The Last of Us Part 2 State of Play is here. Is anyone going to go watch that?
I watched it. It was very, very nice.
Is it?
And yeah, it was really pretty. And the prone maneuvers and the rest of it were properly on point. There's some really, really good looking motion capture going on there.
Oh, that's
the movements are super convincing.
I'm so happy for them.
The main thing that a lot of PlayStation fans are speaking about is the fact that Ellie does a sneak attack and kill on this other lassie, and before she kills her, she's playing on a Vita.
No, that's it. The internet is going to come out and say PS Vitas make people violent. It's done.
The thing is, it's like, I mean, The Last of Us 2 is set like 6 years after The Last of Us. If anything, apart from the fact that Sony's saying, yeah, okay, definitely the PlayStation Vita is very dead, there is no more Vita. It's like, you have to admit though, the servers are still running because she was playing Hotline Miami.
Should have attacked them with the Vita. They've probably done some damage.
What kind of whack they took down the PS3
Well, but it's an original OLED Vita. I mean, that's a heavy boy.
Yeah.
I know that before I sold mine.
But like hitting somebody with a good metal snow shovel, you know.
Fuck that.
It's kind of whack that the PS3 servers are down, but the fucking PS Vita ones are still.
The PS3 servers down. Why?
Yeah,
Do you know what
most of
servers
them,
aren't down? The Xbox 360 ones.
That's
Yeah, but listen.
I don't know about the PS3 servers being down, but have you tried to access YouTube for a PS4 recently? 2 days now it's been down.
Do you know what works on Xbox One as well? YouTube. Where you can listen to this podcast and watch things like my YouTube videos and
Yangy, how many times you streamed during a week, pal?
You can what doesn't work on an Xbox? 400 versions of it running folding at home in some science lab.
Who's fapping over the fucking power?
That was applause, you fanny.
You try and tell me that was an applause. Go ahead, I'm not believing it.
I don't know why you're such a fascist against us innocent Sony fanboys, Yangy. It's almost like you should have been joined the Hitler Youth that were trending the other fucking day there. There seem to be some young kids in full-blown camo gear holding guns. I don't know what this is. This isn't an actual Twitter moment, but what the fuck is going on?
You know what this is? You know what this is, right?
The apocalypse?
You know what this is? Like, a lot of schools back in the day used to take kids out to, like, old towns and stuff like that, dress them up in Roman military gear and shit like that. This is now this version of it. They'll take them out and they'll dress them up in, like, some will get ISIS gear and some will get, like, American troops, you know what I mean? It's like, welcome to your history. We're not doing Rome anymore, or Vikings. No, that's way too old. Let's do something controversial.
Did they not have modern studies in America?
I think some places still do.
American studies.
We don't have modern studies in England either.
Yeah.
You don't have modern studies in England?
No.
How do you know about, like, poverty? Then again, your fucking school wouldn't teach
They
about...
colonised half the fucking planet.
Alex's school wouldn't teach them about poverty. You know, their whole fucking mentality is just get a job. Buy a house.
Up with the bootstraps. Come on, fuck.
Fucking Tory cunts.
He's so racist against English. I don't understand it. It's fucking not fair.
No, it's called slagging Tories.
It's a very love-hate relationship with Yangy.
Look, if you believe me making fun of Tories means I'm making fun of England as a whole, that really says something about England. That's all I'm saying.
Again, with the English slurs, Alex, you don't have to take this, you know. You don't have to. I think
one person that may be able to save you.
The problem of England is the English government.
Yeah.
Let's get that straight. Here. Before any sort of like weirdness kicks off from like some you nipper listening to this and it comes to hunt us all down. The main problem is Westminster. You know?
Instead of some you nutter that comes to hunt us down, you'll just come and hunt us down for saying that.
How dare you go back on what you said?
But what is going to get fucking hunted down as everyone's favourite cameo appearance in the Spider-Verse with J.K. Simmons has confirmed he will be reprising his role as J. Jonah Jameson in multiple Spider-Man sequels, which is just too exciting.
At it?
He was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Well, farewell to fucking Commissioner Gordon for the DC universe.
Yeah, but that's, that was just, that was because he couldn't get Spider-Man stuff, unfortunately,
But then
Who killed the tunes? What the fuck? Hold on.
The tunes ended.
I didn't notice the tunes ended because I've just
playlist not long enough.
I'm hearing them all the way. I didn't even know we had any.
I've covered it. It's cool.
No, it says they're playing.
Yeah, they're playing now because I made them play. But yeah, so it's been a fucking interesting week, especially for entertainment and stuff. JK was actually in an Easter egg at the end of the last, spoiler alert, at the end of the last Spider-Man film.
Was it his head?
That was an Easter egg? I would hardly call that an Easter egg.
Well, it's an end credit scene then. And of course it's an Easter egg because he wasn't confirmed that he was going to be back in them yet. But now he's confirmed, so yeah, it's un-Eastered the egg. It's de-Christianified the egg.
So what you're saying is it's just an egg?
No.
It's just an egg?
I wouldn't call him an egg. Have you seen the motherfucker? He's jacked.
Right. Well, are you saying he's just an Easter then? He's either just an Easter or just an egg, Priv. What is it?
You stop slagging the Christian Lee holiday, that's what I'm going to say.
All this talk of eggs has just got me thinking of Mr. Bungle. Oh, an egg inside of a chicken. Egg. Oh, a chicken comes out of an egg.
Does anybody know what he's talking about?
No.
90s funk metal.
I was going to say, you dated yourself a little bit there, Zen Bloke, but you curved right back out of that. I like that. You deflected quite well there. I did enjoy that. And the only other thing that, before I actually forget, because Yangy is a big wet blanket and will cry, I do forget.
Is there a moment?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to bring this up, I don't think, so I'll just somewhat read it the fuck out. But Yangy has discovered a new technology for all of us out there who are rightfully so in fear of our lives for the effects of this global problem that we now face, 5G.
Oh, is this that fake device? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I like this one.
Don't fucking spoil it for fuck's sake, tech. Jesus
you were
Christ.
taking too long.
I was taking the exact amount of time it took me to fucking copy and paste it. Thank you very much. The £300 5G BioShield, the experts say is just a cheap USB drive with a sticker on it. Two technologists stripped down a device costing £283 or $350 and found it to be identical to a 128 megabyte USB drive.
Yep.
Available for around £5/$6.
You know what's cheaper? You know what's cheaper?
Wait until I finish reading it off.
No. Is picking somebody up on the street, holding them above your head and using them as a bioshield.
The 5G BioShield is described as a quantum holographic catalyzer technology for the balance of harmonization of the harmful effects of imbalanced electric radiation.
Do you know what the best part is? Do you know how you use this device? You plug it into a USB port near your front door, because we all know that the internet comes through the front door.
Promising to mitigate the alleged harmful effects of 5G. I just love the wording of this is brilliant. Quantum holographic catalyzer bullshit technology for the balance of harmonization of the harmful effects of imbalanced. Right, so let's go again. For the balance and harmonization of the harmful effects of imbalanced electric radiation. It doesn't even say electronic, it just says electric radiation.
I mean, come on, already it sounds like one of those dodgy emails that you get.
Put it like this, if someone offered me that even in Fallout 76 as an NPC, I'd be like, X'd out. Like, fuck that shit.
Talking about stupid coronavirus things, I've got a photo of something here. Hold on.
Thing is, right, do you know, just wish that you were one of the people that actually invented it and selling it?
Bro, it's fucking genius. I mean,
because people will buy anything.
It's shocking, but yeah, they've literally just repurposed. It's like the Soldier Boy of fucking games console sort of shit. You know, I'll just literally repackage this thing and put my name on it and sell it for more. But this is an ultimate. You know, this is fucking Nacidine, fucking iodizing, fucking Alex Jones, fucking petrol fuel, fucking male vitality shit. Like, fucking, this is brilliant. I think we should start selling 5G masks.
With a dongle in the front
down, 5G masks. We make them look digital, like total digital punk, like total fucking, you know what I mean, like over the top cyberpunk-esque masks. But really, they're just
cases.
I've got masks on my Redbubble store. If you want them.
Weird plug, but okay. Fuck. I think we should attach wires to them though. Just like literally attach like a USB dongle or something to it, and that way we can go. Oh, it stops 5G, man.
Okay.
Do you know what the hats should be made out of? Fucking tinfoil.
Yeah,
because it deflects harmful 5G rays. I totally agree.
The thing is, right? It's the whole. At the moment, everybody's like, "Oh, it's 5 gigahertz. We've already got that in our home our home hubs." It's not. It's 5th generation, not 5 gig. Like, what? Shit.
Because
fucking tell them, tech.
5G can go up to 300 gigahertz.
Exactly. But see, if you want to learn a little bit while being slightly entertained, go and watch a YouTube channel called Electro Boom. He's actually pretty good at explaining it. And an entertaining electrocuting.
He made an electric guitar.
Yeah. That actually did kind of fry him at one point, which was hilarious.
I just can't wait till 6G comes out, and then they're like saying some weird bullshit like 6G will literally start a zombie apocalypse. We're going to summon aliens down to judge our planet whether it's going to be blown up or not.
They've already done that, and they've decided. Yeah, they've already done
4G.
Yeah.
Did it happen before G as well?
Yeah, it did. And it happened with 2G as well. And it happened with when the mobile came out. And then it happened when
2G?
It happened when landline phones came out. And it happened when TV was launched.
There was a 2G. Of course there was a 2G. Did you think they just went from first generation to third generation?
Okay, so when did you have 2G on your phone, smartass?
G.
I don't know when I had it, I just know
I don't know when it existed, I just know by proxy it must have existed.
2G was basically the adaptation of text.
And what did they call it? Did they call it 2G?
No,
yes,
because
it's the second generation.
It was called that in the technical world, but it wasn't used as a marketing term.
Were you in the technical world, Yangy? Were you?
It was technically in the world.
Has Yangy ever been in the world?
I really fucking wish I wasn't in the world. I'm not gonna lie.
I wish you weren't in the world.
Oh, that's it. This podcast ended early. Holy crap.
Fight.
So,
live on air. Who wants to see Jake Paul boxing match? No!
Me and Alex are going to walk Ethel around Dailyburn Park, and I might just chuck them in the fucking lake.
Animal abuse. Animal abuse.
Fucking hell.
Just Alex, not
Well, if
Ethel.
I don't turn up next Saturday, you know what's happened.
Well, at least he's not yeeting a cat off a desk.
Oh, do you know what? You should just skip the next podcast and then, comedic effects, It's a bit of continuity.
Well, it's going to be fucked up that me and Alex would be recording the unofficial official podcast a day before it, so that we kind of give it away.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Welcome to the Unmonetisables 9 to 4. We are, for some reason, without Yangy today, but Alex is here.
And with that being said, folks, I think it's a perfect time to wrap up and round it off. If anyone has anything they want to plug or fucking speak about, do so now or forever hold your peace till next week.
My icon disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know why he's like stripping all the icons away like so quickly.
Cause just talk.
Fucking icon stripper.
So the bailiffs are in, they're taking all the icons.
Yeah.
Aye.
Zemblok,
Yeah.
you want to plug your channel?
I'll happily plug my channel. I am Zemblok. Come to my YouTube channel, all my other shenanigans. Especially come to the channel at the moment, because if you're out there and you definitely want that PlayStation 5 midnight launch. I've got a video up and need sharing about. Watch it, share it, tell your pals, share it at the various game companies around the planet. Use hashtag the buggery out of it, do all that crazy viral stuff that doesn't involve a mask. Get on that, boys.
Good stuff. Yangy, what you got cooking?
Still scripting that Dark-ish video I was telling you about. Also got highlights from last night's Indi Scots relay stream from the golf with your friends bit where I was not performing very well. And then I disconnected.
Got performance issues, Yangy?
I think it was medication.
Yeah, I have an issue shooting my balls everywhere,
The balls were too bouncy.
So yeah.
My balls were jumping all over the place, so I couldn't shoot them straight, and it was just a big mess. There was weird honey.
Hold on a minute here. Wait this sounds familiar. This sounds like some kind of other meaning, possibly. Numbers, what's cracking with you this week? When you streaming? What you streaming?
Tuesday I stream Call of Duty, and Thursday I'm streaming alongside Indi Scots for Thursday Thursdays.
Yes, you certainly are, my man. As part of that Vault 6-9 we gotta fucking hopefully do something a little more interesting than Fast Nudge. If I can dump plans.
Age quit.
And of course, Alex has music dropping on their channel over
a very good song actually next Friday.
And is also officially the unofficial co-host of the unofficial official podcast.
Hell yeah!
They're the unidentified co-hosts.
And I mean, it's a pleasure to have such a keen unidentified racist as just. It's an inside joke. Alex was.
I'm not actually racist.
Called racist.
Alex is a huge racist because they don't think all cops are bastards.
Yes, that's the gist of it. And
That's
so
the gist of the joke.
was euphemistically called unidentified 1 week, and we've stuck with that. That's the new thing.
That's my name now.
Yeah, that's it. Don't wear it out. And of course, myself and the Quizmaster Grandmaster Tech have always got something popping. Tech making a rare appearance over on Indi Scots every Friday now on Community
rare.
Games Night.
Something rare about it.
Take it.
Well done.
You're rare. You're no done right. That's what I'm getting at here.
Alright, anti-patter.
It's took weird fucking. Listen, I'm too close to the anti-patter drive. That's not my fault. Just as long as I get put closer to the dark patter drive, right? That
was actually quite good for you. Well done.
I know. So check out. All the salt that happens on a Friday night on Indi Scots at Community Games Night, run about 8, 9, 10 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock usually for the quiz, and yeah, it's fucking a hell of a lot of fun, and a lot of salt gets thrown around. And as for the more talented half of the FAWK Chronicles over here, or talented third or fourth or quartered, how many members we have now? Who cares? Who knows? I shall be streaming on Thursday on Indi Scots for Thursday alongside Too Many Numbers as mentioned before, and the FAWK Chronicles we do drop videos usually 3 times a week if Tech remembers to upload podcast on Monday and doesn't shunt my whole routine along, so then therefore I can use it as an excuse to not have to edit a video for the weekend. Thanks for the excuse, Tech.
You're welcome.
But usually it's Monday for the podcast, Wednesday for a commentary vid, and Friday for some type of gaming or Fallout related content. But in the meantime, folks, you've heard enough of us waffling. If you've enjoyed what you heard, if you enjoyed what you fucking seen, by all means join us up in Discord. You're more than welcome to come kick it. Sunday, 2 PM every week, same time every week, Pinky. Manny, you're just in time for the outro. Thanks for joining us.
There he goes.
And yeah, so that threw me off a wee bit. But in the meantime, games like Scottish Balls, all variations of species. This has been the Unmonetisables, the official podcast of the FAWK Chronicles, and I have been Cpt Privilege alongside Grandmaster Tech, Alex, Manny TV for the last few seconds, Too Many Numbers, Yangy, and Zemblock signing off. Closing hail frequencies, ending communications, and gonna go John My Boyega.
I'm gonna go buy a 5G dongle.
Don't say dongle.
I'm gonna go buy me a Modley Hex dongle.
Oh no, does he make those?
Not.